I am reviewing the book 7th Street Seduction by Andrea Richardson. It dropped June 30th of 2024. Darius Andrews knew at a young age that God called him to be a prophet and he was determined to be ordained as one by his childhood pastor. But when Darius's pastor told him the time had not yet come for him to be launched into his call as a prophet due to the trauma of his past that God was still healing him from, Darius became impatient. He assumed that his pastor did not believe in his gift the way that he thought, and he decided to leave and join another ministry where the pastor promised to ordain him right away. Darius got exactly what he thought he wanted, not realizing there was opposition waiting on the other side of it that he wasn't equipped to handle. He's faced with a situation that will cause him to pay a price in the end and reap the consequences for his premature decision to step into a call that he was not fully prepared to walk out. Listen, Darius was fast in the tail, okay? Darius just knew that if he hurried up and married Maya, he knew that'd be the answer to all of his concerns, all of his issues, because he really was hell-bent on becoming a prophet super fast. And it just was like, he was caught up in the church titles more so than being a servant in the church. And that was very apparent. It wasn't even like the pastor was downplaying him. This was a one-on-one conversation that was being had. There was no reason why Darius decided to go off the deep end. Besides, Darius wanted an excuse to be like, okay, well, Maya's father already said that if I come over to his church, I can go ahead and start being a prophet now. It was really just given. The boy was looking for an excuse. Okay, Maya. It starts off. I'm feeling bad for my girl. I'm like, okay, maybe she's stressed. Maybe she's going through some things. Maybe that's why she doesn't really feel the need to have intimate time with my boy. And come to find out, I couldn't have been more wrong. This book had some drama in it that I did not foresee coming. I was thinking it was going to be similar to the book For My Pastor. It was not like that at all, okay? I ain't trust nobody by the time this book was over and done with. I didn't like nobody. I didn't trust nobody. Even up until the last 4 chapters, I was still skeptical because Darius really walked away from his whole family just to be with this woman. Like, my boy really sat here and was like, I'm going to marry into her family and it's going to help me to get to where I'm trying to go. That is not what occurred. Like, I cannot emphasize more. Maya, you're not who we thought, sis. You're not the stay-at-home wife. You're not the wife we thought at all. You fooled me worse than you fooled Darius. Okay, I don't know who was more pissed off, me or him at this point. All I know is I've read so many books by this author over the years, and I feel like none of them have disappointed. This author doesn't miss. Okay, I believe she has a children's workbook that maybe just dropped recently. It was either a children's workbook, a children's coloring book. It was super duper cute. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the cover of it somewhere in here, somewhere up here. Point is, this was a very good book. It was available at Kindle Unlimited. That's how I read it. I believe the book was only $4.99 or less than that. If you don't have Kindle Unlimited, this author's entire catalog, I promise you, it talks on a lot of issues and drama that occur in the church. Y'all know church drama. You never run out of church drama because there's always something happening. There's always a pastor that's exploiting people. There's always someone that's stealing money. The accountant that just can't keep her hands out the pot and she's stealing money and stuff. It's always something. I think the biggest thing I took away from the book here was you cannot rush the process. Sometimes when it comes to church and titles and different things like that, I have come to realize sometimes it's better to just be a member. I don't want to be the head of the choir. I don't even want to sing in the choir. I don't want to be the head deaconess. I don't want to do any of those things because it comes with too much. And a lot of times you'll have people that will really be pursuing you and you'll be thinking it's because God sent them and there's a romantic interest and you getting married is really just going to help amplify your relationship with the Lord and with the church. There are people who will really seek you out at these conventions, knowing darn well they don't got nothing but bad intentions for you, knowing darn well they want to come and marry you and maybe you'll be their beard. Maybe they're actually gay. Maybe they're actually a pedophile and they're just trying to hurry up and rush and marry the lady that came in with 5 children because he liked kids and not in the way you're supposed to like kids. You never know. You never know. Take your time with stuff. It doesn't even just apply to being in church, also on these jobs. Do not come into some of these companies thinking that you're supposed to go ahead and be making X amount off rip. You better get a good feel for that company and how the workplace operates. You better get a good feel for how your manager behaves when he's pissed off with you compared to it just being a regular cheery day. Stop rushing the process. There's a thin line between believing in yourself when you feel like other people don't, and baby, you're delusional. You're absolutely delusional, okay? It was not the time yet. If you guys have not already, go ahead and hit the like, follow, subscribe button. I am dropping book reviews several times a week at this point. I even have my content scheduled going all the way to March of 2025. I have been super, super consistent with these videos. I'm even dropping tips throughout the week of ways that authors can be more successful, ways that, the book community has a way at times of having some myths become popular. I try to debunk these myths in these videos. I also give writing tips on how to stay disciplined, how to stay consistent. Any author will tell you there are days when we do not feel like writing, okay? We just don't feel like it sometimes. But I always say 2 sentences will still get the job done. Write 2 sentences a day. 2 sentences a day. You're telling me you don't got 2 sentences? For the readers, reviews matter, okay? They matter. If you read a book and if you enjoyed it, please leave a review. If you read a book and you hated it, please leave a review. With that being said, explain why you did not like the book without bashing the author and saying how they're the stupidest person ever. It's the dumbest book ever. I think some of these readers be trying to break these authors down. I really don't think sometimes it be about the book. Like, I think some readers drop into like the comments and the reviews on these books on Amazon. And I think it's like right after they found out their husband cheated on them. And they'll be like, I just don't like the way that Harry was described in chapter 4. That was not what I had envisioned. This was some clickbait mess. You guys are discriminating. And you'll be like, bitch, I know you ain't. You're not this passionate about this book. I know that's what got you going hard. You never know. So be kind to authors in the reviews. They do value the feedback. It does help us to grow as authors. But be mindful that there's actually someone on the other end of these phones. Okay. Some of these authors might see you at a book event and they might not be afraid to stall on you. They might not be afraid to drag you by your bookmark. They might do it. So I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Bye.